Yo, what is going on, everyone? My name is Nick with the Notorious Fantasy, and in today's video, we are doing Murder Your Bookie, episode 7,396, playoff week 1, wild card weekend, the wacky wild card weekend, super wild card weekend, whatever you would like to call it, because there are, instead of 4 games, there are actually 6 games this weekend, so it's going to be very, very electric. We're going to have a great time. I am joined by Tyler because Lucas is not here yet again. Tyler, do you have anything to say before we get into it?
Yeah, Lucas is getting high elevation in the mountains. Ha ha ha! Look at me, I'm so
Denver.
cool. Denver, good joke. And I am here because Nick didn't have anyone else. So hello, hi, welcome. You're gonna get 3 of my picks today. I was 1 for 3 last week.
1 and 2.
So
Very nice.
go ahead and live with me this week because this week we come and bike.
Coming back. All right. Last week I went 3 and 2. Lucas went 2 and 2. To put our records, I'm 36 and 34 in picks. Lucas 37 and 31. My locks are 11 and 6. Lucas's are kind of going behind at 9 and 7. My total is 47 and 40. Lucas's is 46 and 38. And our combined ROI is 54.39. So if you guys have been watching all season long, you've been winning that young moolah like your name was Lil Wayne. So let's get into it. Wacky wild card weekend. So again, we do this in order of confidence, but our locks, our most confident pick is at the end. I'll begin. Bucks at Washington is my first pick, over 44.5. Now, people are going to be scared of this line because, Nick, the Washington football team can't score, which I agree they may not. But as long as the Bucks put up like 30-something points, I think the Washington football team will be able to play just good enough to get this to over 44.5. My only worry is that the Bucks offense gets shut down, but I highly doubt Tom Brady would let that happen in the first round of the playoffs like he did last year up against the Tennessee Titans. So what do you think, Tyler, about Bucks at Washington over 44.5?
Can I get an amen to that one? I love it, Nick. You're absolutely living here with that pick. Don't really mind it, actually. Good pick. You're living on the overs this episode. I'm going to try and be as minimally descriptive as possible because it's an absolute joke when I try and talk betting. But yeah, excellent pick because this game, big shootout, boom, 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 lots of points.
Boom, 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 boom.
Just kidding. I don't know. I think it's a borderline pick for me. I didn't pick any overs or unders this week because I think they got them fairly right. Don't really see any holes. But this over could be interesting. I guess I don't mind it. Tom Brady gonna have to put up a lot of points. Alex Smith and them boys gonna have to stick with them. And if they don't, I could see a game where this maybe ends 30-10 and you're kicking yourself, or maybe even a game where it ends 24-17 and you're kicking yourself even harder. So
Pain. All right, so who's your first pick here?
So my first pick is going to be Pittsburgh -6. Listen, Cleveland's going to get ran, not just because their head coach is gone and their offensive guard is gone or whatever. Who cares? Okay. So here's the thing. When you beat its team that starts none of their key defensive players, that doesn't start their starting quarterback, but you only beat them by 2 points, and then you play them the next week when they have everyone back in, how am I supposed to believe that you're an actual competent team that can end up beating this team? I just don't see it at all. It's just not even a possibility. I think the Steelers roll, put up a good amount of points, and I haven't even been all that impressed with the Steelers all year. But I mean, this is just, it's too obvious. Cleveland negative point differential. I mean, they're just not a good team. Sure, they beat the bad teams and got in the playoffs. Congrats. You're not winning a game. Good night, Cleveland. You're going to get steamed. Bye-bye. Just like your name's Odell. Nice Cleveland steamer to end your hopeful but really disappointing season because you can't win in the playoffs.
All right, I agree. They're my 5th most confident pick. The Steelers are really good. Not really, but the Browns are really bad. Tyler said they doesn't care that they don't have their head coach. That was probably the biggest knock against them, that they don't have the guy that actually knows how to run anything. And then they are losing like 4 of their coaches. They don't have a bunch of players. There's going to be a smacking of the Pittsburgh Steelers on the Cleveland Browns. I don't even think there's too much to talk about here. If the Browns won this game, I would be shocked.
Nice.
So next game here from Lucas. Lucas's second most confident pick is the Colts versus the Bills, and he likes the Indianapolis Colts +7. Now, I'm not telling you that that's impossible, but I feel like the Bills roll the Colts. In my brain, I think the Bills are going to go hard in the paint, just like they did up against the Dolphins. This is going to be a rout by the Buffalo Bills. I don't think the Colts stand a fucking chance unless for some reason they're actually able to realize that they need to run the ball 7 million times to win the game. So what do you think, Colts versus Bills? Lucas took Colts +7.
Yeah. You're hoping for a close game. It's kind of funny. My lock just goes against this. I don't think it's going to happen. Bills are way too hot. The Bills just exposed one of the best defenses in the leagues last week. Um, the Colts are a good defense as well, but that's kind of their MO, and they don't really have all that great of an offense either. Why don't we just see an exact same game as we saw in Week 17? No way this hits that betting. I think it's now plus 6.5 for the
Six and
Colts.
a half. Yeah, Lucas took this 2 days ago.
Like I'm good. I'm good. I just don't see a possibility of it happening.
Alrighty, next game up here, Rams versus Seattle. Me and Lucas both took this game, but a little different edge. Lucas went with the LA Rams +4.5. I took the under 42. Do you have any picks in this game?
No.
Okay, so the reasoning why I like the under in this game is because Jared Goff is likely going to play injured. If he doesn't play and he gets hurt again, John Wofford is going to be playing. The last time these two teams played, it was a very low scoring game, and I'm feeling a low scoring game out of both of these offenses. Seattle's defense has looked better as of recently, and the Rams offense has looked sluggish. So I feel as though this one's going to be low scoring, even though if you told me week one the over under was 42 on this game, I would have smashed the shit out of the over. So what do you think about under 42? And then, yeah, under 42 first, we'll talk about.
Yeah, one team has a banged up quarterback. The other one has really no quarterback. Sure, offensive line help came in for the Rams. Gosh, this is going to be a boring game. Like last week's 18 to what 7 against the Cardinals, like that kind of.
Yeah, very boring.
Okay. I'm going to pass on this one. I don't really want any pieces in it except the under. It's a good call.
All right, Lucas took LA Rams +4.5, but now it has moved, I believe, to either 4 or 3.5 for the Rams. I would not touch either side of this game. I personally think the Seattle Seahawks will end up winning this game, but that does not mean that I'm ultra confident in betting it because I don't even have either of those teams really moving super far into the playoffs. So I don't really want to take a side in this one. Do you have a pick here, or is your last pick your lock? Right?
Well, no, I still have 2.
Okay.
I
So
kind of announced my lock, but
okay, is it Bears at Saints? Is that your
yeah.
lock
So
here?
it's Bears +10. This is such a wide spread that honestly, I'm just willing to just take the chance that the Bears actually keep it close. Defense is good enough to do that, so why not? +10, that's ridiculous. They're not going to win.
I agree.
They're going to get mashed. But I do see a good chance of this defense keeps it close. Drew Brees hasn't impressed me all year. Sure, the team's going out to win for him. Kamara's back, okay. +10. I'm hoping. What I would actually recommend is for this game, wait until Kamara's official coming in, definitely playing, and then bet it because the spread will only get wider. And then you just go ahead and capitalize off the fact that it's just a situation where Kamara's only going to push the spread a little bit wider. Obviously, he's a good player. Maybe +12 for the Bears then at that point. And it's like, yeah, roll with it. Let's go.
Yeah, something else you can do with this is put it in a teaser to get them up to 16.5 or 16. And you just take another team as well with that, give them +6. And then you just got a complete and utter lock because there's no way Chicago, in my opinion, wins this game, but I don't think the Saints are going to score that many points to where it's going to be ungettable for the Chicago Bears to come back. They're going to score garbage time points. Nagy's going to try to keep his job. So I also have the Bears +10 as one of my picks. I don't really think we need to go super deep into this one because in reality, it's just the fact that they're getting so many points. And I just don't feel like the Saints are going to put up a game where they murdered the Vikings kind of game like that. So I just like Chicago +10. Lucas's next pick, Washington football team versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's got the Washington football team +8.5. Now I believe down to just 8. I'm be honest with you. I talked about how I like the over. I don't feel confident at all that the Washington football team can get close in this one. But it would not surprise me if Tampa Bay Tom Brady ended up fucking losing this game. So I do like +8.5 with the Washington football team against the Bucs. What do you think?
Washington +8, not unlikely. Again, we're taking good defenses by the Bears pick and the Washington pick. So yeah, no, I like it. I had this game same kind of mindset with you, so I back it. Good
Well, that's
pick.
Lucas's pick, not mine. I'm not fucking
Lucas.
touching
Well,
the
Lucas
football
is a
team.
legend too. So
All right. Do you have any other picks, or are we on to lock section here?
to the locks. Let's go. Drew locks.
Drew locks. All right. So Lucas's
Drew
last
locks.
pick is the Bills versus Colts. This is not his lock over 51.5, but it is my lock. That's why I brought it up. Colts at Bills now at over 51. To me, this game screams 7 zillion fucking points. It might be your lock as well, just because of how fucking obvious it is. Bills by a zillion. Colts are going to score in this game. This line is way too low. 7 zillion points in this one. I also feel as though there might be 7 zillion points in the Tennessee Titans versus Baltimore Ravens game. Over
Yeah.
51, Colts at Bills. Is that your lock or no?
My lock is -6.5 Bills.
Okay.
I think the Bills win by a touchdown easy. I think they win by more than that, actually. So, yes, roll with the Bills. I think most of the locks should come out of this game. I don't know why they're still undervaluing the Bills. They did last week. What was the lock? Like 34?
They're the Buffalo Bills were -3, and they beat the Dolphins by 70.
I mean, it was ridiculous. I'm pretty sure I wrote it down. It like I picked the over as was like my lock. And it was like, holy, they just crushed it. Like it wasn't even close. And I have it.
Yeah, because the Bills scored 40 something.
Yeah, so I don't know where I put it. But anyways, yeah. Bills hit the lock, hit the over by themselves. So yeah. I'm
All right.
roll with that.
Final game, final pick from Lucas Kaser. He goes with the Saints versus the Bears over 47. I do like this pick as well, but I do worry that if the Saints do look sluggish against the Bears defense, that this doesn't get to over 47, because I think the Saints are going to win this game, but I don't think it's going to be ultra high scoring. But again, Trubisky could just backdoor cover this into being like a 54-point game. So I get that. Over 47. You like it, you dislike it. Saints at Bears over 47.
Absolutely. Love it.
You love it. You like that.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it. It's Lucas Kaser. I mean, come on.
Lucas got it. All right. So thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you guys had a fun time watching. We didn't go super in depth into these games because in reality, the spreads these weeks, like when it gets closer to the end of the season, they just get so good. Like fucking Vegas is sharper than a goddamn knife in Gordon Ramsay's kitchen at this point in the season. So it is kind of hard to make these picks. And that's how they get your ass, because they're so sharp now. At the beginning of the season, that's when you can really manipulate Vegas. Now, it's not looking as hot, but honestly, I've been getting hotter recently. So maybe that's because I'm just way smarter than those motherfuckers in Las Vegas. So Tyler, do you have anything to say before we get out of here?
Yes. You're seeing the over flooding amounts of draft content on the channel. It's because we're pounding draft season. Draft season is upon us. It's an important time. It's an important time for your dynasty leagues, your rookie drafts, and you're going to need the Notorious Fantasy Dynasty Draft Guide coming out soon, very, very soon. Lots of things are up for it. You're not just buying a guide that's including rookie profiles, strategy articles, video content, anything you need, but you're also buying a chance at potentially some giveaways. I'm talking some jersey giveaways. I'm talking some leagues with me and Nick giveaways. Guys, there's a lot of things that we're trying to put into this thing to make it enticing for you guys to buy, because we think it's incredible content for you. It's going to win you leagues. Invest the money that you won this year, because we know you won this year because you're sharps like that. Invest that money into next year, win it again, because you know what league mates hate more than a champion, a back-to-back champion. Take it to the bank. Dynasty Guide coming soon.
Eat that W like your name is Jameis Winston. I love you all. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did end up enjoying, please make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Check out Tyler on Twitter at Tyler Moss NFL, me on Twitter at NotoriousFNTSY. And this is probably not the last video of today, but I hope you guys do end up enjoying Wild Card Weekend. And I hope that you guys have a great rest of your guys' day. As always, good boy. Winky.